ready? You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. Raise your hands up. Raise them up.
Okay, good day, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia daily currency call. So this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. So this currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here we will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. All right, so first things first, let's look at what happened on Friday. So there was a Treasury currency report released by the US Department of Treasury. So what is this all about? Today we have currency analyst and LCMS traders, Lee Kim Hong, to give us a quick breakdown about what the report is all about. Kim Hong.
All right, thank you, Junwei. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to you guys, depending on which part of the world you are at. Okay, so last Friday, the US Treasury released their biannual currency report. Now, the key takeaway from this report is that the US has dropped Switzerland from the foreign exchange manipulator designations due to insufficient evidence. Now, so what this means is that the US is no longer accusing Switzerland for weakening the Swiss francs against the US dollar. So by doing so, the Switzerland actually has an advantage, a competitive advantage in trade against the US. So previously, well, the US was actually accusing the Switzerland of doing this. So right now, due to insufficient evidence, they have concluded that, you know what, Switzerland is out of this list and it's fine. Everything is good to go from now on.
Okay, Kim Hong. So what do you think? Is this report going to affect the market greatly?
Judging from the price movement last week, it doesn't have a big impact on dollar francs. However, what I can tell you is that the tensions between the US and Switzerland is starting to reduce, because previously, back in the Trump administration, the US and then Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin was actually very strong on this whole currency manipulation issue with Switzerland. So they were actually accusing Switzerland of manipulating the currencies, the Swiss francs, from time to time. Whereas right now, now that we have the Biden administration taking over things, Janet Yellen as the new Treasury Secretary, things are, well, I would say the approach that the new government is taking is more towards of a, peacemaking relationship with the Switzerland. So as of now, there's no big movement in prices, but in the future, we may be seeing some price movement depending on how things actually turn out.
Okay, thank you so much, Kim Hong, for the breakdown on the Treasury currency report. Okay, so now today we are also with Scott Andrews here from Forex Briefcase Australia team to share some of his trade ideas today. So Scott, you take over.
All right, good morning, everyone. Afternoon or evening, like Jim said, wherever you are in the world. So what I'll be doing is I'll just be going through just a little bit, I guess there's some talking points with some upcoming news events. So it's been difficult to trade interest rate decisions because everyone is pretty much at zero. So I do just want to talk about when the next the next Canadian interest rate decision is inbound. And again, we don't expect there to be any real surprises there. But with the US dollar and what it's been doing, we've seen it trade below 92 and it's holding there as well. So it just, when you're actually looking to take a trade, having a catalyst is quite important. So what I'll do, So we do have, let's just bring up the USD CAD just quickly. There's a lot of European news out as well, but we have seen the US dollar get sold off recently, and it's bottomed out on the USD CAD. We're currently trading at 1.2508. So where we currently are, there is a little bit of support. The support is at 1.24975. Now, remember, it's not an exact science when it comes to these support and resistance levels. So sometimes we can see it dip under a little bit. So I guess right now we're seeing pretty muted price action, but if we go down to the 1 hour, you can see it's been bouncing off this level at pretty much 1.25 flat. So if we can see anything in regards to the dialogue that comes out from Canada, that seems to indicate that things are looking a little bit better. We could see a breakdown and we could see it penetrate through there and as a sell opportunity, or maybe not, we'll see. But it's definitely worth paying attention to. 10 o'clock Singapore time on Thursday night is when the BOC rate statement is out. So that's something that I'll be monitoring. Again, it's a little bit late at night, but for traders like us in this time zone, that's the nature of things really. So what I'll do now, I'll just go down, and I'm using the Forex Trading Asia economic calendar here. And there's some European news out as well. So with what I said before, with the interest rate decision, obviously that's a situation where everyone's got the same storyline. So you've just got to pay attention to the nuances a little bit and just learn to adapt. And if you are someone that intraday trades, I'm more of a longer term trader, but if you are someone that intraday trades and you're looking for a quick scalp on the news, again, you've just got to watch for really the stuff that's moving markets right now, especially in Europe, is the situation with COVID and what's happening. Obviously, the vaccine, there's a few issues with that. So be careful and understand the context of things as well. So we'll just quickly go to the Euro USD. I'll just focus on the majors for now. So we'll just do the Euro USD. So it's been pretty, range bound. We're currently trading at 1.1954. And again, for a trade idea, we've got a little bit of support down here at 1.90. So that is a little bit, far away, around 54 pips. But if we go to the daily, just to get a bit of context on the market, we have been in a bit of an upward trend. So I would just say hold off for now. And, there's a possible buy trade at 1.900 flat. So those are my thoughts on upcoming news events and what to pay attention to, guys.
Thank you so much, Scott, for the trade ideas on Euro and Canadian. So yeah, let's jump to the currency in focus today, Aussie and Kiwi. So today we are with Jin Dao Tai, founder of LCMS Traders, and a multi-million dollar trader and also an international speaker to share his views about the FX market. So let's jump to Jin Dao for the currency in focus today, Aussie and Kiwi. Jin.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So, brand new week as we approach mid of April, almost the end of April. Looking at the Aussie dollar and the Kiwi dollar for today, and I think based on the news that we've just that Kim Hong was just going through about the Swiss franc, I'll look at the US Swiss franc as well, with a bit of a relationship on the Euro Swiss franc. So I'll guide you through a bit of that analysis as we get to that. But first off, let's look at the news here on Forex Trading Asia, looking at the news coming up for this week, particularly for the Aussie dollar and the Kiwi dollar. Looking at the economic calendar here, the Aussie, we've got the Reserve Bank of Australia's meeting minutes coming out on Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Not much of a change expected here, not a big price mover at this point because they haven't done anything in particular from the Reserve Bank. No rates change. They've been quite positive about it, about how the economy is turning out. We've seen probably the meeting minutes is going to reinforce that positivity, be a little bit hawkish towards the upside. So, but not a big deal. The main focus, I would think, coming back to the Aussie will be retail sales number on Wednesday morning. But before we get to the Wednesday morning news for the Aussie dollar, we have New Zealand Global Dairy Trade Price Index. You know, New Zealand is a big producer of dairy. With this price index change on Tuesday night, I don't think it's going to be a big one. It's expected was 0.3% expected. Not so sure at this point. I think it might come out at about the same number. We might see some upside on the New Zealand dollar because of this news, and also leading up to that CPI number early Tuesday, Wednesday morning, 6:45 a.m. Year on year expected to stay at 1.4%. But look at it, the quarterly number expected to go from 0.5 to 0.7%. So if we do see that number on a quarterly basis go to about 0.7 or even 0.8%, year on year will stay at 1.4, but this is on track for the New Zealand or the RBNZ to achieve their targets of 2 to 3%. If this is on track, then we're going to see further upside. We're possibly going to see further upside on the Kiwi dollar. So Wednesday morning, we have the New Zealand dollar, we have the Kiwi dollar and the Aussie dollar in focus. And then on Thursday, a bit of quarterly business confidence numbers from the NAB, but not going to move prices too much. And then Friday, we're all clear in terms of the Aussie and the Kiwi. So how this might look like in the charts, the Aussie dollar on the H4 time frame here. Now, when we spoke about this last week, I was saying that it was sitting at about 7684, saying that it might test 7666 before bouncing towards 7730. It came down a little bit and it did test 7730. Right now at 7730 again, brand new week. I do think that with the meeting minutes coming out, with the retail sales number possibly being quite good, we might actually see further upside on the Aussie dollar. What this means is we're probably going to see it move up towards 7836. I don't think it'll get there in a hurry again. I think it'll get there, but it will take a bit of a longer term approach or medium term approach. So what you should be looking for is if you're a little bit more aggressive, if you want to take a little bit more risk, then look for it to go to about 7741, have a 25 pip stop loss and a good 90 pip take profit level. This is a very good risk reward ratio here. 25 pip stop loss, 90 pip take profit level once it gets above 7741 or 7740. If you want a little bit more of a conservative approach, then let it break above last week's high. Let it break above last week's high, which was about 7750. So let it get above 7750. Your stop loss is still reasonable at about 30 to 40 pips. Your take profit level is still at about 80 pips. You're still getting a trade of at least a 1:2 risk reward ratio. Again, just a quick reminder here, I'll recap. Above 7750, 40 pip stop loss, 80 pip take profit level towards 7836. This trade will be something that you want to manage a little bit closely because I don't think you'll get there in a hurry. So anywhere in between at about 7790, you might want to consider whether you're going to close out the trade, whether it's going to reverse or not. So your first part will be about 40 pips. You got 1-to-1 before you decide whether this trade is going to be a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio kind of trade. So there's the Aussie dollar on the H4 time frame, or New Zealand dollar on the H4 time frame. Nothing to do right now. Last week when we spoke about it, we said that it was breaking through 7062 towards 7167. Did that exactly. Super happy with that. And then as we did a update midweek. We said it was going to sit across before going to test the resistance. Went exactly to plan. At this point right now, nothing to do on the New Zealand dollar, despite expecting some good news in terms of CPI numbers. What I would be sitting out and waiting for is for the New Zealand dollar to go from 7139 right now to above 7167. Let it break that resistance level. It has about a good 30 something pip more to move up on the upside before it breaks that level. And if it does break that level, then you can see a good 40 pip move up towards 7225. Once it breaks that point, you can see you can keep your stop quite tight, 20 pips, 15 to 20 pip stop loss for a good 40 pip take profit towards 7225. Looking for buying opportunities above 7174, right? So that was the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar, both looking for upside potential. Aussie dollar right now looking to break that resistance level. New Zealand dollar might have to wait a little bit longer before it moves up above 7167 towards 7225. So that was the two currency in focus. Doing a bit of an add-on to that analysis on the US Swiss franc. The US Swiss franc on the weekly chart right now is finding its base at the 9210 level. We've seen it shoot up and come back down, break like at that point right now. What could happen at this point with the US taking the Swiss out of the currency manipulator list? We might see some strength come around on the US Swiss franc. So, you could be looking at it breaking below 9210, maybe heading even towards the 8788 level or possibly even lower. So something to pay attention to here. If it breaks below 9210, we could see very good downside for the US Swiss franc. Something else to pay attention to is also that relationship between the euro dollar or the euro and the Swiss franc. We've seen it peg. If I swing back all the way, we've seen that peg break back in 2014, causing massive downside on the euro Swiss franc price, dropping a good thousands of pips in that very short-term move as they removed that peg. Now and that was what happened, what caused that currency manipulator listing. At this point right now, once it's being removed from that list, we could see the further discussions of whether that peg is going to come back into play or whether they're going to actively manage that relationship between the euro and the Swiss franc. So something to watch out for, but this is towards the longer term analysis.
So, Jin, if we see the peg comes in, do we see another 1,000 pip move upwards?
Well, it's on my watch list. It's on my watch list. I'm not saying that it's something that will happen, but I did trade through that big 2,000 pip move. It happened, like that in a snap. Something to watch out for, something to prepare. You might have buy orders or sell orders in place just to take advantage of that move. But that would be ground shaking, market changing, something that would shake everything that you know of. So watch out for that. Keep it high. Well, keep it on your watch list. Not particularly high, but check back on it once in a while.
Okay, thank you so much, Jin. Okay, so right now we have Daniel here, trading coach in LCMS Traders. I think he's going to give us a link to a free course happening tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow. So to wait for the link to be up, I'll pass the time now to Daniel for the introduction to the course. Okay, I think we had some technical You want to try again? I think we had some technical issue with Daniel's mic. Give him a minute to.
How about now?
Okay.
Okay, then let me just talk through that. They say I'm always loud enough to do this. Okay, let's get this one. So, okay, for those who are new here or have no idea about or new to trading or want to have revision of trading, the 4-day FX Kickstarter course is back. So let me share the screen right now. Okay, if you're serious, you want to build a profitable skill in trading, and if you want to do the be an action taker now, we are launching our 4-day FX Kickstarter course again. And not only will you only learn to learn the fundamentals of Forex trading, you will also be taught a profitable strategy where Gene will be trading on a multi-million-dollar on a daily basis here. Everything is free, so make sure the link will be placed up to join in. So following the 2 days on the 20th and 22nd April, you will find and learn how to find entries to where it's more reliable with the very simple 5-step strategy to find the trades. Now, what you will learn here is really, you learn how to read the economic news. You will learn to tell the trend reliably. You find the reliable support and resistance zones. So no more second guess whether your support resistance zones is correct or, second guessing again. Learning how to use the indicators to fine tune and time your entry. This will also include learning how to use our customer accelerator MACD indicator that were given to you free. Now you also next to learn how to prevent yourself when caught in between news events, and not really sure what to do. So these 5 steps will give you a very clear indication of how to trade. So right now, everything will be online trading, live streaming, online streaming here at the comfort of your own home. So all you need to do is on 2 days, 20th April on the Tuesday and the 22nd April on the Thursday, every 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. GMT plus 8, just for your information. Those just come in, sign up. The link is pasted there. Sign up, and you will, do not miss it out at all. Now, those who have already attended before, use this chance to relearn and refine your skills. And remember, invite your friends to join as well. So the link will be pasted up there on the HTMS 4-day course.lcms.com.sg. Sign up now, share the link with your friends, and get them to join. Okay? So join the 4-day course now. Okay, Jimmy.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for your time today. We have come to the end of the session. I've just pasted the link for the 4-day course in the chat. So make sure you guys join that. We will see you guys tomorrow for the Euro currency analysis. Thank you so much again, and goodbye.